Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be discussing my traveling during the pandemic trip to Jamaica. Before we get started, I do have something to say. Because I was traveling during a pandemic, I know that it is a very touchy subject, dealing with COVID-19 and things like that. But please keep your negative comments to yourself. I do not have any opinions about what anyone else is doing or wants to do during this pandemic. So I would appreciate if any comments that were negative were kept to yourself as well.
Okay.
Thank you. And now let's get into the details. So I did make a list of questions that I was getting very frequently, either during or after my trip. So I'm going to kind of go on that so that I can stay on track. And the first question that I'm just going to dive into was, what was it like booking the ticket? What was the price? Was it cheaper because of the pandemic, things like that? And so this trip was very, very last minute, guys. Lincoln, stop it. That's the little guy in the background. He came to Jamaica as well, which I'll show you guys lots of pictures of. But what was the price like? The price was $550 per person. And I booked this trip like 2 weeks before we went. So we traveled to Jamaica from June 21st through the 26th. And I booked this early June. So of course the closer you get to any trip, the more expensive the ticket. During the pandemic, that really hasn't been the case. But $550 round trip is extremely good pricing for Jamaica in general. And after I bought the tickets, we were sent an email from the Jamaica consulate regarding a Jamaican authorization form. So they send you an email letting you know that you're going to have to fill out this form before you do anything, and you have to be authorized to travel to Jamaica before you even get to the airport. You have to answer a series of questions on the Jamaican consulate website. And if they deem you authorized to travel to Jamaica, you will receive an email, which is quite lengthy, just letting you know that you will need to show your Jamaica authorization at the airport before you board. You know, when you get to the airport, they will make you go to the kiosk and show it to the people at the kiosk at whatever airline you will be traveling with, and they will use that in conjunction with your passport. And I flew with American Airlines. Amazing experience. Next question, kind of rolling into, what was it like traveling in the airport, on the airplane? Social distancing, of course, is a normal thing now. So they do have lots of signs everywhere telling you to social distance, and you do have to wear your mask in the airport and on the airplane. Lots of things have changed. They do not serve drinks or snacks or anything like that to keep down cross-contamination, or just everything is contactless. Even when you go to scan your passport, when you're boarding the plane, then you do have to scan it yourself because they will not touch anything. There are lots of stations of hand sanitizer everywhere. I left from ORD. I left out of Chicago. The airport was so empty. I can't lie. I enjoy seeing the airport as empty as it has been. I've been back and forth to New York in addition to this trip to Jamaica, and it's like a ghost town compared to what it normally is like. Next question, what was it like in the Jamaican airport? Now, I've gotten lots of questions regarding what it's like when you get there. People are afraid of everything. So I'll just give you my personal viewpoint. When we got off the flight, it was about 40 people on our flight. We got off the flight. You don't get far without someone checking your temperature. The very first thing that they did, we lined up while we were going to immigration. They check your temperature. They give you a little paper and they write down your temperature on it so that you can go to the next people and give that to them. The next stage in the process is when you get past the people that take your temperature, you have to use hand sanitizer, dry your hands, and then they'll let you go. And then you go to the next station where there are people in hazmat suits, full hazmat suits, like face covered, everything covered. And it's not as scary as it seems. Of course, the Jamaican natives are going to take extra precaution because they don't know who may be carrying the virus or sick or whatever. And I do know that there are people that are asymptomatic and things like that, so they are protecting themselves fully. And then after you get to the next station, they'll ask you the same questions that you answered on the Jamaican Authorization form that you did on the website. Have you knowingly been exposed to COVID-19? Were you yourself ever tested positive for COVID? Have you ever tested positive for COVID-19? Just a series of questions that they want to make sure they're not allowing you to come into the country with COVID-19. So the next station, you go to someone else. They ask you, that you hold up your own passport. That again is contactless, so they'll ask you what your passport number is, where you're staying in Jamaica. They give you this card that has the Jamaican Department of Health on it in case anything happens, in case you yourself do become symptomatic or anything like that. You call them and you'll be able to get some assistance, I suppose. And they pretty much have you sign a form that says you will quarantine for however long. We were only there for 5 days, but they do of course want you to quarantine for 14 days. We weren't even there for that long, but they make you sign a form letting you know that you will need to quarantine. It takes 2 days for the test to come back, which at the next stage you'll see soldiers and you'll give them your baggage. They'll give you like a ticket. You'll go and you'll take the COVID-19 test. They do both of them. I had one put down my throat in addition to down my nose. Guys, it's really not that bad. It is not that painful. It's really more of a mental thing than a physical thing. It took 2 seconds to do. As soon as you get tested, they send you back to pick up your luggage and then you're done. Me and Lincoln were out of the airport in about 45 minutes to an hour. So it's a very quick process. It sounds jam-packed with stuff, which it is. And if there are more people on your flight, if you do decide to travel there, then of course it may take longer. But we were not in the airport that long. And my experience with, everyone was so kind, and they were not being nasty to anyone, or they weren't mad that we were coming over to Jamaica. It was nothing like that. So my experience was smooth sailing. That's my experience. After we were done and we got our baggage, they didn't test Lincoln, by the way. Lincoln is 4 years old. They did make him wear his mask, but they did not give him a COVID-19 test. And as I stated before, it takes 2 days for your results to come back. If you're negative, they will not contact you. If you're positive, then they will contact you with the number that you gave them. In addition to, because they know where you stay, they may come to your hotel. I don't know what that process looks like because our tests were negative. Next, did you have to quarantine the whole vacation? No. I wasn't even really going to do much because I knew that, first of all, because we went June 21st through the 26th, the island had just opened up on the 15th. A lot of attractions were not open. Rick's Cafe, Dunn's River Falls, the Bob Marley Museum, none of that stuff was even open. That stuff didn't open until July 2nd. So we've been back over a week, and now that stuff has just now opened. So I knew that there was a very low possibility that we would even do anything. The place that we stayed in, the Deja Resort, right across the street from Doctor's Cave, which is a beautiful beach in Montego Bay. The hotel was about a 7-minute drive from the airport, super close. We got there. All I really wanted to do was be a beach bum. I just wanted to get out and be able to just be one with the sea. I love water. That is my thing. So it's been a long quarantine for everyone, and I'm just like, you know what? I will be happy with just sitting on the beach if that's all I'm able to do. So we were not planning to do much because everything that we would have done was closed in my thought process. So no, I did not quarantine my whole vacation. The first day, so we got there on a Sunday. That Monday, we went to the beach the next day. You do have to wear your masks when you're out in public, in any public place, whether you're going to a store, a convenience store, any of that. You do have to wear your mask, just like here in the States. You do have to social distance as well. They do their best to social distance, but a lot of places are small, so it's hard to do that. So we went to the beach right across the street, and you wear your mask when you're going through this little area where they take your temperature, and you do have to wear hand sanitizer everywhere you go, where they offer it, of course. And my hotel was they have a thing with Doctor's Cave Beach where if you're staying there, you can enter for free. It is like a $6 US charge for the full day, but we were staying in a hotel that was a part of our package deal. So we went over to the beach the first day. We were just hanging out on the beach, you know, just beach bumming. Lincoln's having a great time playing, all that good stuff. He is living his entire best life. I'm sitting there, kick back, feet back, you know, relaxing, watching him have a great time. And we ended up meeting different people. It was like a man there, he was celebrating his birthday. Then there were these two ladies, they were there, just same as, you know, same as myself. Long quarantine, wanting to just get a moment of peace, switching up the scenery, all that good stuff. So we all just became kind of friendly to each other, talking to each other, asking what it was like in their cities. The ladies were from Atlanta, the other guy was actually from Chicago, like myself. And we just all started talking. We ended up just kind of laughing, joking a lot. We ended up getting on a boat with them that same day. So fun. And then I ended up meeting a tour guide. He was just there kind of just seeing who was out. And again, I wasn't really pressed to do much, but he was like, I did want to go bamboo rafting. That was the one thing. I'm like, please, I just want to go bamboo rafting with my son. I think that would be an amazing experience for the both of us. And he was like, okay. Martha Brae, which is one place that there's a river that you go to do the bamboo rafting, they were closed as well. But there was another place that is open to locals, not foreigners. And he was like, I could take you guys there. You could do that and it'll be XYZ. And I was like, let's do it. And he was like, you want to go today? I'm like, no, we're going to just chill today. So we ended up doing it the following day on Tuesday. So that Tuesday we went to do bamboo rafting, and then he was like, I'm just going to take you guys to some other places. We went to the Blue Hole, which is a beautiful place where they have these waterfalls. It's a natural, it's like mountains. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not really a lagoon or a river. I'm not really sure what the exact term is, but it was gorgeous. And I did some things that I never thought I would do. I'm not really into water sports, but they made me feel really comfortable. I did have on a life jacket, and I was able to just jump into the water and just have this amazing, amazing time. And Lincoln was right there the whole time. Of course, I didn't have him do it with me. He was safe with the tour guide, and we did that. So we did bamboo rafting. Don't get in the camera, baby. We went bamboo rafting. We went to the Blue Hole. We did something else right after. Don't remember. Sorry. Lots of pictures coming up. And then that was the day. It was a full day tour though. So we were out from like 9-10 a.m. all the way until 7 or 8 p.m. So he took me to get some bomb jerk chicken. It was just a great day. And it was an extremely unexpected day because I knew that a lot of things were not going to be open for us to do. But being able to just share all those experiences with my son was incredible. So the following day after that, on Wednesday, we ended up going to Negril. We had a day trip to Negril with the same exact tour guide, and his information will be here for you guys to contact if you need a tour guide that will show you an incredible time. And y'all, these pictures, he has a professional camera. Everywhere we went, he just snapped pictures of us. And we just got some incredible memories because he was so amazing. And the day trip to Negril, we went to a beach in Negril. My previous time in Jamaica, I did stay in Negril, so I was familiar with the area. And again, we had some super bomb jerk chicken. I did anyway. And we ended up just driving back to Montego Bay. And then the rest of our trip, we just kind of chilled out. We went back to Doctor's Cave Beach, and that's pretty much it. So that was Wednesday Negril. Thursday we went back to the beach. We kind of spent the whole day at the beach, and then of course I did some shopping to pick up some spices and some tea and some coffee that I love. I love getting tea and coffee from different countries in addition to spices. And that was the trip, y'all. But it was not as intimidating as a lot of people making it seem. And if you do choose to go, again, that is your choice. I am not saying that anyone should be traveling during this pandemic. I myself chose to do it, and that was just my choice. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and me sharing my experience. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.